Welcome to my digital diaries. This is Frontend Developer Course. Today we are starting new section, that is React Fundamentals. In today's video we will set context for the React series. We will see how to start with React, why it is popular choice. Before proceeding ahead, if you are new to the channel, do consider subscribing to the channel. You can join our membership program for exclusive video. Watch video till the end, and if you like it, click on a like button and share it with your friends and colleagues. So let's start with our first episode on the React Fundamentals, what and why. So we already have a short video series on the React, which is basically for introduction of React to the resources who are working on the CMS for headless development. We will go more detailed in this course, but if you want to check out our old videos, then you can check our playlist. I will give that link in the description. So there will be multiple level in this course. We will move from basic to advanced level. So we will start with the basic. This is the level 1 React Fundamentals, which is for the beginners. So we will cover in this what is React, why React over Vanilla JS or jQuery. We will see how to set up the environment, JSX and its rule. We will see components, functional and class components. We will go into props, how to pass data between components, event handling, state managing, how we will manage the state internal data, conditional rendering, list and keys, and at the end we will have mini project and few interview questions. So this is a level 1. We will have at least 5 to 6 levels where we will go in detail of React. So let's start the fundamentals. So what exactly React? React.js, or simply React, is an open source JavaScript library developed by Facebook. It is mainly used for building dynamic component based user interfaces in web application. Now it is important to note that React is meant for web apps, while React Native is a separate framework which is used to build mobile application. Let us look at the real-time problem which React solves. UI complexity. A large app has many screens, login, dashboard, profiles, and each screen has repeating elements like buttons or maybe menus. React provides a solution which reduces the UI complexity by providing the reusable components, which can be used everywhere and no need to rewrite the code. The next is performance bottleneck. In normal web app, even small data changes reload the whole page. React updates only the part that is changed, which is making the app fast and smooth. Next is the state management. When data changes, updating all connected parts manually is hard. React State automatically updates the UI wherever that data is used. The next is the cross-team collaboration. Different teams working on the same app often conflicts in code. React's component-based structure allows each team to work on separate modules. If you talk about the real-time examples, the examples like live stock website where livestock prices dashboards, or a social media dashboard where data is updating continuously, that is the best example for the best use case for the React. So now let's understand why React is preferred over Vanilla JavaScript or jQuery. First is the virtual DOM. React uses a virtual DOM, which means instead of reloading the entire web page, it updates only the part that change. This makes the user interface super fast and efficient. This gives a big edge in the performance. Second, React follows component-based architecture. Each part of your UI, like button or a number, is built as a separate component. These components can be used anywhere, making your code more organized and cleaner. Third, React automatically handles UI updates through state management. Whenever your data changes, React updates the UI instantly. You don't need to manually refresh or manipulate the DOM. Fourth, React is easier to scale and maintain. Because of its modular structure, you can easily add new features or fix the bugs without breaking the whole app. It is highly scalable for large projects. And finally, React has a huge ecosystem and community support. With thousands of open source libraries, active developers, and continuous update, it has a strong community base. React is not just powerful, but it's truly future ready. In short, the React helps you to build a web application that are faster, cleaner, reusable, scalable, and future ready. Let's see why React has become such a popular choice for developers and business. Let's start with developers' perspective. Until now, you must have understand there are few points which makes it popular among developers. Obviously, first is component-based architecture, which makes building and maintaining complex UI much easier and faster. Second is virtual DOM. Virtual DOM optimize rendering and improve performance. Only change part of a UI are updated, leading to a smoother, faster user experience. Third is React offers flexibility and a strong ecosystem. It works well with other tools, supports various libraries, and has large active community that continuously contributes solutions and updates. Fourth, which is very important, that is the learning curve. The learning curve and skill transfers are quite favorable. Fifth, React supports modern features like hooks and concurrent rendering, which makes code cleaner and helps managing complex UI interaction with ease. So these are the reasons why developers preferred React. Now, from the perspective of business, why business prefers the React? First, React ensures cost-effective development. The reusability of components and wide availability of developers reduce both time and cost. Second, it offers improved performance and user experience, which direct benefits customer satisfaction and retention ratio. Third, which is also very important, that is cross-platform capability. It means business can develop both web and mobile using similar code structure, which will save even more resources. Fourth, and which is very, very important, wide availability of the resources. Many skilled developers, open source tools, communities support make it easy to hire and build teams. That's why React stands out as a top choice for both developers and businesses. So to start with the React development, what are the minimum tools required? First of all, you will need code editor. Code editor like Visual Studio Code for writing, editing. You will need this kind of a code editor. Our preference will be Visual Source Code. Then we will need a JavaScript runtime, basically Node.js, which is required to run React development tools and packages. After that, package manager like npm or yarn, it is needed to install React and other dependency. And finally, of course, a browser where you will be testing and debugging your React app. These are the minimum requirement for React development. However, it is highly recommended to use few tools, and those are React Dev Tools. So Chrome, Firefox extension for debugging purpose. These React Dev Tools will help you to inspect components, hierarchy, and state in the browser. Then you have a build tool like Write or Create React app, which simplifies project setup and hot reload while developing. Then you have a version control, Git or GitHub. You can use anything for managing versions and collaboration. Git and GitHub we will preferred. Linting and formatting. This keeps your code clean, consistent and error free. So these are the highly recommended tools which you should be using it. Installation and setup. I have already done a video where we will kickstart our first React project. It's around 1 hour pro video is there, which includes setup, the prerequisite setup, this the React app setup, installation, integration with GitHub, everything is there. I will advise to check this video before proceeding to the next video. I have given the link of this video in the description. This will set up your first project of the React within an hour. React feature. Again, I have a detailed explanation about React feature in another video. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add that clip in this video itself, so you can watch that. In short, React features are virtual DOM, React hooks, performance optimization, JSX, lifecycle methods, component-based architecture, state management, declarative syntax, cross-platform development, unidirectional data flow. So I'm giving that clip which explains everything about the React feature.
Let us see now what are the different React features we have. Virtual DOM, we have already discussed what is virtual DOM. Then the unidirectional data flow. Data flows in a single direction which make it easier to understand and debug the application. So unidirectional data flow in the React, data flows in a single direction from parents components to a child component. This means the parent component owns the state and passes it down to the children through props. Child components cannot modify the state directly. They can only receive data via props and require changes by triggering callback functions provided by the parents. So it has a unidirectional data flow. Data flows from parents to children. It can't go children to parents. Cross-platform development. It enables developers to use a single code base to create an application that works across a different platform, Windows, mobile, etc. Declarative syntax. React uses a declarative approach to define user interfaces. Developers describe what the UI should look like and React handles the rendering. So in React, the declarative UI basically describes what the UI should look like rather than how to update UI. How part is under the hood, and so that the developer should focus on the end state of the UI. So that is the one of the feature of React, declarative syntax. State management. React efficiently manages state changes within components, allowing for dynamic and interactive UI. State is basically an object that represents the current condition or data of a component. When the state of a component changes, React automatically render the components and update the UI to match the new state. So state management is better, they efficiently handled in the React. Component based architecture, we already discussed this. Lifecycle methods. React provides methods that allow developers to control what happens at the different stages of the components file. So different, the complete life cycle of a component, React allows, or React provides a methods where you can control the what should happen or how the stages should change. JSS, this is also very important. JavaScript XML. JavaScript XML's JSX allows developers to write HTML-like syntax within JavaScript, making the code more readable and easier to write. So JSX inside React support JSX. JSX is basically a JavaScript XML, which is where you can write the HTML within the JS itself, JavaScript itself. Performance optimization. Features like React's memorization and lazy loading help optimize the performance and application. So performance optimization is a feature of a React. And then at the end of the React hooks. Hooks introduced in the React 16.8 and let developers use state and other React features without writing a class. So hook allows functional components to manage state and respond to a lifecycle events which were previously limited to the class component. So basically these are the high level features of React.
That's it for today. In the next video, we will start with JSX and its rule. If you found this video helpful, then don't forget to like and share the video. If you are new to the channel, do consider subscribing to the channel. You can join our membership program to get access of exclusive members only videos. Thank you.